Now, in part 3, we go deeper, gaining a foothold inside the network and making sure we don't lose it. This is where we establish persistence using a Meterpreter payload and a backdoor. Before we go further, please remember, this walkthrough is for educational purposes only. All steps are demonstrated in a controlled, ethical lab environment to support learning, awareness, and proactive defense development. Let's dive into Phase 1, Payload Generation. We start by crafting a malicious Windows executable using msfvenom, a part of the Metasploit Framework. This tool allows us to embed a reverse shell into a standalone .exe file. We configure the payload with our attack machine's IP address and the port we'll be listening on, in this case, port 4444. Once created, we move the payload to our web server directory, renaming it as something harmless, like hello.exe. This file will later be downloaded and executed by our simulated victim. The file is live, weaponized, and ready. Phase 2, Setting up the listener. We open Ms console, Metasploit's command line interface, and configure the multi-handler. This module will wait for incoming connections from the payload. We set the same payload type, lost, and port to match the file we just created. Then, we execute the exploit command and the listener waits in the background. At this point, we're just one execution away from remote access. Phase 3, Delivering and executing the payload. Now, imagine the phishing campaign from earlier succeeded. The user receives a file, maybe disguised as a software update or an internal tool. Once they click on the executable, the connection is triggered. Back in our console, the listener lights up, a session is established. We now have an open Meterpreter shell into the victim system. From here, we escalate. Inside Meterpreter, we type shell to drop into the command prompt on the victim machine. We can list directories, navigate to the desktop, explore the file system, all while remaining undetected by traditional antivirus software. But this isn't just about access. This is about persistence. That brings us to Phase 4, Maintaining access. To avoid losing our connection after a reboot, we need a backdoor, something persistent. Back in Meterpreter, we background the current session and run the persistence module. This sets up a script that reestablishes a Meterpreter session every 10 seconds upon startup. We define the port, the listener's IP, and choose to auto-start the payload with Windows. Another method is using the persistence_service module for Metasploit's local exploit collection. This approach installs the payload as a Windows service, something that quietly runs in the background every time the system boots. At this point, we've achieved what every attacker wants after gaining initial access, the ability to come and go as we please. The door is unlocked, and worse, it stays that way unless defenders know exactly where to look. Let's take a moment to reflect on the bigger picture. This stage represents one of the most dangerous turning points in any real-world attack. Gaining access is one thing. But establishing persistence? That's where long-term control begins. And in the hands of a determined adversary, it's the foundation for lateral movement, privilege escalation, and data theft. For defenders watching this, ask yourself, would your endpoint detection see this happening? Would your users recognize the phishing email? Would your firewall flag a reverse shell connection? Because that's what this simulation is all about, identifying where the cracks are before someone with bad intentions finds them. To recap, we created a custom reverse shell payload. We hosted it, executed it, and connected to a live session. We navigated through the file system undetected. And finally, we installed a persistent backdoor to maintain long-term access. If you're building your own lab, test this workflow end-to-end. And remember, always operate within a safe, legal, and isolated environment. The goal is awareness, not exploitation. In Part 4, we'll use this persistent access to move laterally across the network. What starts as one foothold will soon turn into domain-wide access.